wins out of the 30 contests they had against the East.
Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. The Suns did win the games they were supposed to against the East. As you were talking about, Greg, they had no problem with any team, Clark, as you look back on the Eastern Conference.
Well, you look at the record there against the East, 18-12 against that conference, 9-7 against the playoff teams in the East. Only one of 9 teams in the entire league that could claim that.
Morris passes to Chandler, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lowry.
Out of bounds.
Kevin, a look here at how the Suns ranked in the NBA last season. 3rd in fast break points, 6th in steals. And they were one of the top 10 teams in the league at scoring points off turnovers. I'd call them a very opportunistic team.
And as you pointed out, when it came to running the break, I mean, they were terrific. They left teams really just grasping for breath and unable to match that breakneck pace.
And that's out of bounds. Phoenix will retain possession. Ronnie Price is checked in for Brandon Knight. Biombo, he's checked in for Toronto. Johnson comes in for Luis Scola. Carroll kicks to DeRozan. There's the bucket. Good. DeRozan's got 6.
He presents a defender with a serious challenge, always.
Lowry against Price. Now the feed to Tucker. There's 1:26 left in the second quarter.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting in the paint and keep scoring points. Keep it going.
Not a lot you can do as a defense when they keep getting the ball in the paint like this.
And DeRozan, here we go. Bledsoe with the defensive effort. Feeds it to Tucker. Kicks it to Bledsoe. And a miss there on the triple.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
Pass to Morris. Back to Bledsoe. And stolen by Biombo. Up the floor. Yep, it goes in, and the Suns' lead is cut down now to just 4 points with the basket from DeRozan.
And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes it.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch and how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim.
Outside Carroll. Phoenix grabs the miss. Chandler's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Here's Bledsoe. Count that one. Bledsoe's got the lead up to 6 now for the Suns.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
The high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
You know, he might be small for a center, but it doesn't really matter because he can jump out of the building.
And so it's a close. Welcome back, folks. Thank you for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports as we get set to get going once again. Hey, during the break, players getting a chance to refuel and hydrate with some Gatorade as there is more basketball in store. Eric Bledsoe really making a difference here.
I know we've said this many times before, but what a great first half. Just an offensive juggernaut.
And, you know, in the end, I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking about what a great second half he had, guys. I mean, he can usually keep it going for all 4 quarters.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. Eric Bledsoe really making a difference here.
And his play in that first half, how about the discipline to go along with the efficiency, guys? His shot selection was just perfect.
I agree. I mean, whether it's been from mid-range or in tight, he is taking only what the defense is giving him and not trying to do too much. Very much playing within himself.
Tucker and Morris holding the forward spots. Bledsoe and Knight of the backcourt. And it's Chandler in at the 5 down low. They're the group for Jeff Hornacek starting the second half.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
And guys, with the Suns last year, you know, it wasn't a full return to that 7 seconds or less era, but it was pretty close. And the Suns were right at the top in terms of pace of play.
DeRozan. And an air ball on that one. Way off. A nice shot by Knight.
You got to love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of grinded-out physical game.
That's the kind of look they can continue to go with. Maybe that'll help them create some separation on the scoreboard. Nice move and finish. I think the halftime break really gave him a second win. Yeah, maybe a change of the game plan right now, looking at some different sets because of the matchup.
Yeah, I agree with you because they're looking to tweak things to maybe get those matchups working in their favor.
And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Bledsoe dishes to Tucker. And Damari Carroll is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
Bledsoe against Lowry. And it's Bledsoe off the drive. 4 on the clock. Here's Tucker. And the shot is long.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
Lowry with the ball. Now Chandler defending. And now it's Knight running. He can go all the way. And Bledsoe with the stuff.
And, folks, he does more than just put 2 points onto their lead. He does it with a little bit of flair.
He sure does. You're right. It's a dazzling move to the bucket for him.
I'll tell you what, he may not be the biggest man in the league, guys, but he more than makes up for that lack of size with amazing aerial skills.
Here's what Phoenix has got going on right now. Lenz checked in for Chandler. Lure comes in for Morris. T.J. Warren, he's checked in for P.J. Tucker. And Sonny Weems subbed in for Eric Bledsoe. Raptors also changing it up. Patterson, he's checked in for Scola. Ross comes in for Damari Carroll. And Corey Joseph subbed in for Kyle Lowry. Warren the pass tonight. Phoenix needs to get off a shot. Shot from free throw range. And that one's good. 6 points for T.J. Warren.
I like the recognition of the mismatch there, immediately making the defense pay.
No good from Valanciunas. Suns leading by 6. Here's Weems. He feeds it to Warren. Over in the corner. Lure. Puts up the baby hook. The shot is off. And Toronto will go the other way with it. Toronto was a strong team on the road last season, Clark. A big part of why they came away with 49 wins on the season.
And 22 of those 49 wins were on the road. As a group, they managed to keep things close on the road. And because of that competitiveness, they were over 500 there as well.
Here's DeRozan. Rebound by the Suns.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Warren kicks to Lure. Pass tonight. And, yep, that's going to be a flagrant foul. Unnecessary contact.
And, Kevin, that's a pretty dangerous play right there. I mean, I don't like to see a player put an opponent in harm's way, as much as you just saw him do there. Glad they pinned a flagrant on it.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. The officials were all over it. They weren't going to let him off the hook that time. He hits the second from the line. Mirza Teletovic is checked in for the Suns. And then for Toronto, Biombo, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. And it's Johnson in for DeMar DeRozan. Outside Knight. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Here's Weems. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark.
And as you said, the Raptors kept things close on the road. In the NBA, they had one of the better point differential in terms of victories on the road last season.
And taken away by Johnson. 14 feet away. That's in, and the Suns' lead is cut down now to just 7 on the bucket from Ross.
He's the kind of player that even the best defense has no answer.
Len, a screen. Knight dishes to Len. He kicks it to Weems. Soft touch off the glass. Weems got the lead up to 9 now for the Suns.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Here's Ross. It's hauled in by Warren.
Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions there.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Outside Knight. Inside. And it's Len. That time on the assist by Knight. Knight's got 5 assists tonight.
Almost uncontested. I mean, it's nice to be able to add to the lead without having to really work for it.
And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. The Raptors shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
Shooting for Phoenix.
And he can't get the first one.
2 shots.
And the second free throw, good. Gets it off. Got it! He got it!
Just in time.
What a shot! And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. The Suns on top as they end the third quarter with a huge surge, an 18-7.